I am on day 5 of my fruit fast. And to say the least, it is a journey. My days have been filled with lightness and purification and blessings and abundance and luminosity until today. Today feels like a purge. It feels like a deepening of sensitivity and embodiment. Sensitivity within the body and embodiment within the body, wherein I can feel the nooks and crannies of the shadows and dark places, and perhaps even misaligned little parasites who have found their way through processed foods that I've eaten, unhealthy foods that I've eaten, that somehow have found their way into my being. If you do not know this, the gut is a place where in so many human beings, billions of human beings, there are parasites living within the gut. And it feels like I am confronting some of those guys inside of my body. And I am also confronting deep, deep, deep tensions. And I am confronting my mind and my brain. I have not had a headache in weeks and months, perhaps even years. But right now it feels like my head is being squeezed. And it feels like it's being squeezed by my stomach. Like this woozy feeling that's just like, and my heart's in between them, and my heart's like, I would like to feel more. Please allow me to feel more, but not too much pain, because there's a lot of pain here. And somehow I'm supposed to allow it all. So I've just been in surrender to it, like in some of the deepest meditation and prayer that I've been in my life, and I'm just going in. And I've also been moving my body, which now I'm doing right now, and it feels nice. And what it feels like right now is a simultaneous process of purging a lot of unclean things which need to get out of my body, as well as like feeling a bunch of suppressed emotions and feelings within my body. This headache is the weight of my overthinking mind, which is always like, should I do this? Should I do that? Should I do this? Should I do that? Oh, well, if I do this, then maybe this is going to happen, and all these consequences. And envisioning, imagining, thinking about every single possible scenario that comes from every single possible choice that I could possibly make. And I am always within my mind, with my Chiron in Libra, whose house I don't remember, just like weighing every option, and it's so fucking exhausting. when all my mind truly wants, when aligned with my soul, is to be aligned with my heart. And in fact, to create a beautiful, curated, masculine logos container wherein the eros and emotionality and beauty and abundance and fluidity of my heart can flow and pour the rivers of its eternal loving being into this cup of my mind, to create containers for that creative life essence to flow. So that what I'm feeling in the constriction of my mind is like this disconnect between my heart and my mind, which are revealing the imbalances, the disruptions, the pathways that are not quite fully in balance, which are not quite fully connected and there, and inviting me to fly, inviting me to witness them and to feel them and to heal them and to purge anything which does not belong, and to restore to a state of homeostasis and healing the innate wholeness, the innate purity, the innate innocence, the innate natural fluidity of my being. Now, I can speak to what I'm presently feeling right now, which I already have. This kind of like discomfort right here, and heart being like, let me be a bridge of alignment. So it seems there is a process of restoring that innate harmony right here. What I want to speak to also is what I was feeling into earlier when I entered a state of deep meditation and prayer. There are certain tensions, physical pains, things that are rooted, I believe, in emotional and spiritual trauma, which have manifested themselves physically within my body. And I have been with breath, with deep, conscious, present breath, diving inward into those tensions to truly feel beyond good and evil, without judgment as to this is good, this is bad. Just feel like, what is this? What is here? What is present? Parenthetically, my sensitivity to all of the sounds that are happening here and the smells and the tastes is off the charts. Close parenthesis. In the meditation, there are two things that are relevant that I want to bring up. I first felt the innate, infinite, magnificent, and magical abundance of my soul and my spirit and my body and my being in harmonious alignment with one another. I felt this as this something akin to a cloak of golden white light that is just streaming like a robe of ethereal infinite energy, pure, natural, divine, angelic, just flowing endlessly from my being, like this just pure absolute stream of the most peaceful, serene, golden white light energy that heals anything that it touches, that flows endlessly like a mountain spring, that is pure, that is unconditionally loving and aligned with God. And I felt this energy, this ethereal substance of my being just flowing, or at the very least wanting to flow, as I then shifted from feeling that simultaneous potentiality and actuality, then feeling into like a blockage that stands in the way, that prevents it from fully flowing into being. And I like feel it right now, and it's related to what I'm talking about, the stomach, heart, mind, coherent. And without getting too detailed on some of the tensions and the pains, let us just say that within this energetic pathway between my stomach and my heart and my mind, there are all kinds of imbalances and pains and tensions which conceal emotional memories and which conceal something which prevents the harmonious flow of energy for true coherence to come into being. One of the little felt visions that came through, of so many, was a craving within my stomach for California burritos. And if anyone who is here has been watching my videos for the past month or so, I touched upon in one of my videos that I went to San Diego and I ate a bunch of California burritos there. I caved and I had some. And it was that processed, disgusting food that I was craving in my stomach. There was just like this, give us the burritos. I invite the volcanoes to erupt and destroy these parasites from my being. This craving is an age-old craving within my stomach and within so many human stomachs for like this greasy, processed food filled with whatever the fuck they put in those tortillas and cheese and factory farmed meat. There is some part of me and myself that not only allowed for the slipping into that temptation for that fucking disgusting food. There's not only a part of me that allowed that to happen, but there is a part of me that craves that. There's a part of me that wants the food that is self-destructive, that I know is poison, that I know is literal poison. And it almost feels right now that this like feeling of purging that I am experiencing both energetically and physically, and the uncomfortable sensations that I feel within my body, it's almost like I want to throw that part of me up. I want to like just fucking get rid of it. Get that shit out of my body. Maybe I will. I don't know. I hope this is just today. I don't want to be purging for 40 days. This is probably going to get more rough, isn't it? So I will wrap this up by saying that the process of purification and of healing is not just fun and games. It's not just pretty work. It is deep, gut-wrenching, painful, shadow-facing, demon-facing process of transformation. If you do anything similar to this, and if you are here, you likely will, you are going to have to face those parts of yourself, which you have avoided for so long. Parts of yourself which you have repressed within the darkest depths of your being. Parts of yourself which you have been too afraid to look at. For perhaps not just this lifetime, but for lifetimes before. That your parents and their parents and their parents' parents and grandparents and ancestors were afraid to look at. And you have to look at those things in the eyes within your body with the sword of Christ in your hand. And the process of purging and of shedding those layers is deeply painful. It is painful because it is the birth of your resurrection. And when a mother gives birth, she experiences the entire infinite pain of samsara within the portal of her womb and her sacral center. And I'm not necessarily saying that the pain that I'm experiencing, or the pain that you will experience, or the pain that any human being experiences in the process of death and rebirth, of purification, I'm not saying that that necessarily comes close to the pain that mothers experience when birthing sacred children into the world. But energetically, there's likely a similar process happening. And dying fucking hurts. And birthing fucking hurts. But from that pain comes life. And from that life comes the unfurling of your soul and of your angelic wings. So that's where I'm at. And I am praying for my heart and my wings and my soul to open themselves and become free.